And we will change the law accordingly given time.
The Honourable Leanne Dalzell.
I am grateful that the Minister and the Chair decided to take a call and to repeat the advice that the Minister shared with the House when we debated the particular provisions under Part 3. And of course we met with the Minister and discussed the advice that she had received on the SOPs when she reluctantly and finally agreed to meet with us to discuss the amendments that we wanted to bring before this House. There wasn't a discussion. My colleague was with me, and it wasn't a discussion. It was simply the notification of the advice that she had been given by her officials. The whole point of this debate is to actually challenge some of the official advice. And I want to present the Minister with some alternative advice, and it is advice that comes from the heart of our health sector. And I think that this is a health issue, actually, and it's about time that and that's why I was so surprised at the contribution from Dr. Paul Hutchinson. I mean, I could not believe that I was listening to a doctor standing in this House and arguing the industry line. And it wasn't just the industry line. I think people think that the reason that we are under so much pressure to vote a particular way on this legislation is because of industry pressure and industry interest, meaning the alcohol industry or the hospitality industry. Can I just say it's also the advertising industry, it's the sponsorship industry, it is all the community groups that are dependent on sponsorship, but most importantly, it's the people who get the advertising dollars. It's the media, and they will not want to see any of their revenues affected by us taking effective measures in this House. And that's why I have said on so many occasions that if we truly are to address alcohol issues in this Parliament for the contribution that only we can make, and recognising that it is a partnership with community and with family and with individuals, because it's individual responsibility, family responsibility, community responsibility, but government has a really important role in terms of the legal framework for the sale of what is a drug. And I don't think that people quite understand, because we accept that this is a socially acceptable drug for us all to share in sort of a convivial environment. And in fact, I think all of us that have been on FebFast recognise how ubiquitous alcohol is in every occasion that we go to, that we are often invited more than once to partake of a drink. At various functions in this place, often alcohol is served. And I think that we have to think seriously about the nature of the impact that it has beyond here. Now, all of the district health boards in the South Island have banded together, and they have adopted an evidence-based position statement on alcohol. It is absolutely comprehensive. And every single one of the SOPs that we are debating in these parts of the bill, every single one of them is included on this position statement. And I am going to table it in the House, and I do want the Minister and the members of Parliament who say they are waiting for evidence to actually read it very, very carefully. It tells us to raise alcohol prices. It talks about increasing levels of excise tax on alcohol, adjusting excise tax so that alcohol products are taxed directly on the level of ethanol, which is catered for in the on the point of sale health levy proposal by my colleague Marion Street, and to set a minimum retail price for alcohol per alcohol unit. And that does, I mean, I had the Minister of Justice saying in this House when we debated Part 3 that in fact the minimum retail price for alcohol was only going to benefit the hospitality industry. Well, it won't benefit the hospitality industry. It only tax the off-licences that sell dirt cheap alcohol. That's what minimum pricing was all about. And then when we turn to my colleague's SOP about changing the blood alcohol content, that will save more lives than just about any other measure that we are talking about. And the evidence is all there in the background paper of supporting evidence to the South Island DHB's position statement on alcohol. The evidence is there. We don't need to wait for more evidence to come. Mr Chairman. Mr Chairman?
We're just giving one call at this stage.
I thought we'd moved on from that.
Mr Chair.
Yeah.